Welcome to the off season with Goliath Pursuits. We're inside today. We're going to be doing some frost seeding. So we're going to show you some of our ideal states of when to frost seed, how to make sure you have the best success, some tips and tricks along the way to help make that better, get some great germination, and have a successful clover plot in the fall. At the end, we're going to show you something that I haven't heard anybody ever mention that could be hampering your food plots and keeping them from getting to their full potential. I haven't heard it on any videos, but stay tuned towards the end. We'll give you that tip and actually show you results of how it's hampered some of our plots this last year. So it's February 17th here in southern Wisconsin. I usually don't frost seed this early. Usually we've got a lot of snow on the ground. Yes, you can frost seed with snow on the ground. We're at the home location. We've got small plots that we're doing testing on. So the demo will be a small plot with a little hand seeder here. You can buy this at any local hardware store. We're also going to be including Plot Doctor Dry. We're mixing this in with our Clover chicory mix. This is going to help you disperse your clover a little bit better. It mixes up and it spreads it out even, as well as fertilize all at the same time. So it's a one and done type deal. So here's our little clover plot. We're out in basically in my backyard here. Small little plot. It's fairly shaded. We got some big old trees here that are shading it. I'm facing north, so you can see we've got some good south sun here. So we do get some good sun. The clover came in pretty good here. Considering we had a drought last year, we've got a fair amount of clover, still green. Chicory got hammered. They chewed that up, and we're just going to thicken this up a little bit. There's some spots that could use some improvement, so we're going to do a little mix here and get the seeding rolling. So this is the first thing I like to see when I'm frost seeding. You can see the roughness of the soil. We had freezing and thawing, so you got that expansion and contraction of the soil, and it makes perfect divots for the seed to fall right into and get great seed to soil contact. And as we continue to get these freezing and thawing temps over the next week and a half, and probably even a month or so, we'll get that great seed to soil contact and great germination. So we got our earthway seeder here. We're gonna pour our clover in. So another tip here, don't use the hand spreader from the local hardware store with your clover seed. So clover is so small, it jams up in the area that spins, so you can't use your crank to spin. And we're going to add in our Plot Doctor Dry fertilizer. So this will help space out our seed to make it more uniform and not be clumped up. So we need to mix this in real good. Make sure the door is closed. I'm going to give this a good shake around, get it nice and mixed up, and we're going to fertilize and seed all in one shot. So big time saver and a benefit to your seed. Make sure it's mixed up nice and good here. You should be good to seed. Okay, I think I got pretty good coverage there. I could see all the different color seeds in here. Not sure if the camera's picking it up, but I see the white, red, and the blues in there. Spaced out pretty nice. Tip number 2, clear out the area that you're going to seed. You don't want to have all this leaf coverage and debris. You're not going to get good seed to soil contact. So this is a area that we cleared out last year. Planted loggers trail in here. It did really well. Really happy with it. I just want to get a little more food in here, a little bit more off the trail. So I'm just going to overseed this. But first, I'm going to clear this off. I'm going to come in here with a blower and get this cleaned up. And this is a trail at our, again, at our testing facilities here in the home farm. We don't hunt this. We just plant seed and test it out in real life hunting situations. So this is a nice little trail here that I've got coming into a food plot. So the deer love this trail. They used it a lot. We had a big buck in here. I'll pop that video up so you can see him on that trail. And coming into this food plot here, we have some dead ash that we cut down and have some openings into the big plot. All right, we're done blowing. As you can see, this looks much better. You can see the soil, you can see the clover. There are some couple of grasses in this mix, which a lot of people rip on ryegrass and give it a bad name. But it does a great job in these trails, the shaded areas, and the deer do eat it. It's not their preferred source, but they do eat it. This should be good for us to seed here in a minute. So one last area we're going to seed here. This is a clover that is very cold tolerant, and it does well in the cold. As you can see, it's still green here. Right along this path right here is the only place I planted it. Over here to the right is a walking path that we walk the dogs on almost every day. The deer still are in here and loving it. So here's the last tip of this episode. And again, as I mentioned up front, why is your food plot failing? Something that nobody has mentioned that I've heard. So this is a food plot here from last year. It's a brassica blend that I no-tilled and just broadcast and then overseeded in some rye. It's doing well. Over here to the right, this is a soil builder I put in. It's got 10 different varieties of seeds. Obviously we've got some sorghum in here, some peas, some clover, sunflower, sun hemp. But if you take a look at this, look at the difference here. So there's some shade here, but let's look what grew around this tree. You can see we've got some of the grasses that were in this mix. It's an Italian ryegrass, if I remember correctly, as well as this tree. There's really no sorghum around here. Yes, the deer did eat some of the stuff. You can see that they are eating some of that grass, but why didn't this grow here? Besides a little bit of shade, these are black walnut trees. So black walnuts have a toxicity in their root that they give off. So anything that has a deep taproot that goes fairly deep into the ground hits that chemical that it releases and doesn't grow. So keep that in mind when you're planting your food plot. Try and avoid walnut trees. All right, we're back in the office here. We've got our seed all out. So just wanted to do a quick recap. So number one, take a look at your soil, see if it's got those dimples. If it does, it's a great time to frost seed. Yes, you can frost seed when there's snow. One thing you need to be careful of, as I'm concerned about right now, is the birds and critters eating the seeds. Hopefully we still have some left out there, so maybe a little early, maybe wait till you're a little closer to your warm season. Fertilize, get that plot doctor in there when you're spreading it out, that plot doctor dry. I'll show you the specs on it here in a second, but that helps right away in the spring, gets the roots established and helps build a solid stand of clover. Thirdly, make sure you clear out your soil. You get that leaf debris off of there, get it clean. You want to have great seed to soil contact. And the last bonus tip, remember, trying to avoid black walnut trees for your food plots. So if this helped you at all, if you found any value in this, I would appreciate it if you please hit like and subscribe. Follow us and we'll bring more content this summer, spring, and leave us a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see. So we're out here, doing small plots, not much equipment. Yes, we have some tractors. Yes, we have some discs, but in a lot of cases, we don't use those. And one last bonus tip, make sure you clean out your hoodie. You get seeds in your pockets, so make sure you dump those out. Thanks again for watching. Catch you next time.